If you'd like to sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Still Got Game, episode 535. Still Got Game's official podcast of tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
I'm Brian Shadow Emmerich.
And all three of us are here tonight.
Yeah, as usual.
Except for the last show, but yeah.
It happens.
It happens.
Yeah. It was you two for a long time.
Yeah, well, that's true, yes. Yeah.
I think I've only missed a couple shows over the last couple of years, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't sound bitter.
Since Selden's all fired up, why don't we just jump right in the show proper? If you're in our chat right now and you want to drop something in there, we'll bring it up during the show. Otherwise, you're dealing with whatever's in their fucking outline. So we'll go right in the mailbag for feedback and questions from our last episode. And remember, if you want to leave us a voicemail, it will cut you off after a minute. The Claire Witch comments. Thanks for using my comment last episode, and thanks for the positive comments on my handle. I've been using it since 1999 when Blair Witch came out.
Nice. Did you guys see that in theater when it was out?
I did see it in the theater, and it was fucking creepy as shit because found footage wasn't really a thing at the time. And
that was kind of the first big one and the biggest indie film ever, I think, money-wise.
Yeah, made
I remember going
cents and then made millions.
Yeah, and the actors didn't get paid.
No, I did hear that. Yes,
yeah. But when we went, I mean, I was 18, and this was during the time when everyone was like thinking that it might be a real thing, like it actually happened, and it was like actually found footage. So even creepier back then. But it just came out. A company called Second Sight just did a new scan, like a rescan of it.
Oh, nice.
From the original VHS, like the original of that. So, because what happened initially was they recorded on all those little cameras.
Yep.
And then they made it 24 frames per second to make it like film and like rescan it to put in the theaters. Yep. And then they took that film and they reconverted it back to like VHS style for the DVDs and stuff. So this company did this rescan of like the original stuff. So it's like 60 frames per second, looks like a real video camera on this Blu-ray that's coming out. So I'm excited. Nice. That's coming to me on Wednesday. It just came out. So I'm excited to check that out. It's just cool thing.
Mr. Physical Discs.
Yeah. Well, I get the physicals for like the things that I'm really interested in. Otherwise, mostly digital. So
yeah, really the only physical discs I have anymore are all Kev stuff just because I support.
Exactly. I buy my favorites. I rip them. I play the digital files, but I keep the original discs. Yeah. Thanks, Claire Witch.
Next up, You Suck Big Time asks, if Selden 007 keeps blowing you bros off, can I put my name on a list of substitute guest hosts? I'd literally have nothing better to do anytime ever and can be available at a moment's notice.
Sound like you might suck big time.
It does seem very self-deprecating.
He can have it.
No.
Come on. I'll give you the link.
Right. Sounds like you want to take it, you got it. I will go camping.
I'm like, I don't have to sit here and take this shit. You can come here and take this shit.
No, Selden. We want you here.
Yeah. So we definitely would prefer you over someone
who has nothing better to do anytime
and has nothing better to do anytime and is available
ever
at a moment's notice.
And just to put the record straight, 90% of the time we don't have a show, it's because of Smooth. Because he's got obligations, or he's going on a cruise, or he's got his buddy Kevin in town. He's got to go.
But I'm on every show though, so like it all depends on how you look at it. I've never missed a show, ever.
A show. That's true.
Well, it's really how you frame it.
You suck big time. You suck big time, douche. All right, move on.
Okay. I'm usually the name caller, so Selden's joined the club. Next up, Charisma Devil asks, the 2024 Game Awards nominees will be announced on November 18th, the day you all do your live show. Are there any big nominations you expect to see? I would assume these nominations are out by now, but I didn't even look. No.
Yeah. I mean, it's the
I'm
usual suspect.
Yeah, I'm expecting. Is Indiana Jones going to be able to be eligible for it? Since it's
No.
coming out in 2024, but the nominations are out now, right? So that one's
Yeah,
kind of
I think
screwed.
I think it has to be before they're
Yeah.
announced.
Yes, yep. Yep. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, so I guess that kind of blows the new flight simulator game out because it's not yet released.
Oh, that's
by
true
the time
too. Yes, yeah.
the 18th hits. So
But that
It's like
makes
when
them
the films
both
are
contenders
released
for
in
next
like
year.
Yeah, it's like when films are released in January, people forget about them by the end of the year when
For
the
the
awards
Oscars
come.
noms, yep.
Yeah.
so do you think Call of Duty will get snubbed because it's Microsoft now and
No.
it won't be put up for anything?
No.
Definitely. I don't think it'll get snubbed, although I mean it's definitely been put up for things, but I don't know that it's going to win over other things. There's some good there are some good games out there this year.
I liked what they've
we
done
know
with the
you're-
single player campaign in COD, but I don't know if it's enough to bring them into awards and stuff like that this year.
Yeah, I still haven't even played through that yet. So
I mean, let's see. We got Astrobots on there. I'm just kind of
you're looking at the nominations.
Yeah, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring DLC, Final Fantasy VII, Rebirth, Balattra's on there. You know, just
Ballatra? Yeah,
all
fan.
this stuff. Yeah, Black Myth Wukong is gonna win some stuff because that's the tip of everyone's tongue.
Yeah, no, I've never even heard of this game.
It's based upon some old myth on the other side of the world, and I forget where, but it got made a game out of, and apparently people love it. I don't know exactly what it is though. Honestly, I haven't really taken much of a look at it. It's on Xbox Series and PS5 and PC.
I sure hope Concord makes the list.
It's an action RPG. You're right. Oh, and Concord for least game that was out the least length of time.
Shortest
lifespan. Yes.
Ever.
Yep.
I mean, for best
lifetime achievement award goes to Concord. 36 hours.
Best family games, we got Astrobot, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Plucky Squire, which my son was interested in, Princess Peach Showtime, and Super Mario Party Jamboree. So most of them are stuff that is either Nintendo or on Nintendo.
Yes, yeah.
Except for Astrobot.
So no Jackbox games? No.
Those aren't family friendly.
There's a setting.
So we got most anticipated games are Death Stranding 2, Ghosts of Yotei, Yotei, Yotei. I think it's Yotei. GTA 6, Metroid Prime 4, and Monster Hunter Wilds.
None of those surprise me. So
yeah,
really sounds like it's a PlayStation showcase this year.
Isn't it always? Well, on a similar note, Altius asks, do you think the Game Awards will be a more serious show this year after the backlash that it's just been trailers and a popularity contest of who Jeff Keighley wants to rub elbows with?
No, I think it's going to be the same shit show that it always has been. It's
going to be trailers.
Yep. It's going to be trailers because I mean, really, what's gone on in the industry this year that's been revolutionary? I mean, we're mid-cycle. Like, okay, we got a couple updated consoles coming out. I'm like, game release has really been kind of on the sparse side, and with all the studio downsizing and canceled titles and everything else going on, like, it's not been a great year for gaming, in my opinion, for a game show to come about and try to change up the format that they currently have. So,
yeah, last year was the big year, I think. This year, not so much. So anyway, but yeah, I think that it'll be what it's been. It's not going to change until someone makes him change, and no one's really going to make him change because he's got all the power now.
So. It's my show. I'll do how I want. I'll show trailers, and then I'll pick certain celebrities to come out and all.
I love the celebrities that have never played a video game before coming out on stage and talking about video games. It's awesome.
Oh, I know. Yes, it's such an awards thing.
Why am I bitter tonight? Oh, I know. Fucking you suck big time's an asshole.
Oh, wow, it's on fire. All right, so
we got one
Altius,
fan down. All right.
It's going to be the same garbage as always, Altius. So thank you, Claire Witch. You suck big time, Charisma Devil, and Altius for your comments and questions. If any of you have comments or questions, give us a call 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. And on that, why don't we hop it over into what we're playing? Selden, what have you been playing this week?
I have been playing a little bit more of the Call of Duty. I'm playing through this single-person campaign, dabbled in World at War type stuff for a little bit, but fell back to the campaign. But mostly my gaming has been restricted just due to scheduling. So a lot of my gaming's happened on my phone. So I know I've talked about it before, the Disc Golf Valley. Still playing that daily and stuff like that, playing the courses and stuff like that. But I picked up a new game that I'm playing with my youngest son, where he picked up the new release of Pokemon, the trading card game, Pocket Edition. It's probably the closest actual Pokemon style card game than any that have been out as far as I can remember with Pokemon. So I definitely, if you like actual battling card games, this is Pokemon is probably the best way. It's a little Pokemon light. Rules are updated. Speed is a little bit faster than a regular Pokemon game, but it's got the whole the addiction methods of, you got to open up, you got to pick out which packs you want, and then you got to spin the packs, and then you got to rip the pack open, and then you get to reveal the cards one at a time to see if you got the rares and stuff like that. So
this seems terrible to me.
Oh, it's highly addictive if you're into those kind of trading card games. It's definitely hitting a lot of the buttons that the addictiveness and gameplay style. So
you get brand new packs like as you're playing.
Oh yeah, you play and then you earn trophies and stuff like that. And then you can trade the trophies in for packs and stuff like that. Or there's a timer.
I can't show that to my son.
And yeah, there's a timer that it'll count down and let you open up packs. Every 12 hours, I think you get like a free pack that you can open up and stuff like that. So, but they start with
game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They start off with the Pikachu series card packs.
Of course they start there. Yes.
And the Charizard packs, but it's deck building. Deck building is a big part of it and stuff like that. So definitely, I highly recommend it. It's definitely a good time. So.
All right.
But that's about it. That's all I've been playing.
Really. I'm not a card guy, but my son would love that. What's it on? Just phone?
It's I think it's on all two platforms. L3. What's the other phone platform that it could be on? The Windows Phone? No, it's on. I think it's on Apple and
Android, Apple and
Android,
and BlackBerry. No,
so that's on Pager. It's on Pager.
Right.
It's on Pager.
One line at a time. It tells you what cards you got.
Well, my son doesn't have a phone, so I dodged that bullet for now.
Downloaded Shadow and try it out and just let him see it.
No. Hell no.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever want this game. So
yeah, it's definitely probably not your style of game, Smooth. But you are into those new battling card games apparently with Balatro or whatever the hell that game is.
Yeah, that's my style, but just not Pokemon's anymore. So. So Shadow.
How about you, Shadow? What have you been playing?
So I jumped into kind of randomly because I'd heard about it for a while, and it was on Game Pass a while ago, and then it wasn't. And I started it back then, but the Outer Wilds.
Yeah,
which
I think I 100% of that game. I had a lot of fun in it.
It's a very, if you don't follow a guide, which I have been doing some, just because I just needed something to play that was like nice and like chill and like just exploration. Get my mind off shit, and so I did that, but I'm sort of following a guide to take me through, because if you don't, I don't know how you ever figure out where everything is. It's kind of like jumping from planet to planet and trying to figure out what to do.
You're cheating, really, is what you're saying.
I'm just following a guide, but I mean it's a guide that doesn't have a story in it, so I get to kind of experience the story
Yeah, fair
myself.
enough.
But it's like a time loop game. So every 22 minutes, basically the sun explodes, and you die, and then you start over. But you have all the information you already got on your system, like on your ship system. So
Yeah.
you get to like blast off, go somewhere else, get more information, scan some stuff, die, go back, yeah. And you can meditate and wait for the universe to end too if you don't want to wait for it to happen. So you can just be like, I'm gonna meditate, and then you do, and then it starts the next day. So
Yeah, yes.
but I'm like probably 8/10 of the way through, 9/10 of the way through. So, but I got to a point where I was trying to go for this one achievement, which is to land on this space station. It's right next to the sun. That's really hard. You have to do it like directly from your planet to the sun and land on it without any help. And I almost done it, but I can't. So then I got kind of pissed off at that. I put it away because I don't want to get pissed off at the game because it was a chill game. But I'll probably
Doesn't
get back
sound
to
that
that
chill
soon.
at all. No.
It was chill, except for that one achievement that I wanted to get, but I don't have to get it. I mean,
You don't
I do,
have to.
but I don't
That's
have to.
That's the thing. You
But I
don't have
do.
to.
But I do. But
But
I
he
but I don't have to.
does.
So then I also played some Minecraft on Switch because I had that whole list of achievements that I get on Switch too. So I've been sort of getting those randomly because right now I'm on an 82-day achievement streak, and my previous my previous record was 84 days. So I'm got a couple days left to beat that, and then I'm gonna try to go for 100 at least, and just get one day at least.
The
That's what
Switch
I've been
titles
doing.
are you looking through like Achievement Hunter type page, or are you just talking achievements on the
It's
Xbox?
just
He
it's
just
so
said he cheated
Switch.
the other game. He's obviously looking this
No,
up.
no. So Minecraft links through your Xbox account.
Okay.
So whatever system you play it on, or at least the Switch, it links through your Xbox. So if you get an achievement on Switch, it's an achievement on Xbox, but it's a
Okay.
separate game. So you get all the Xbox achievements, and you can also get all the Xbox achievements again on the Switch version, which is
Oh,
cool.
so the the 3,500 achievement points in Minecraft, you can actually get 77,000 achievement
Or
points.
whatever, yeah, whatever the total is. Yes,
Ah,
you can get it
okay.
doubled, which is nice because I can just kind of jump in there, get one, and then jump off, and I can do it anywhere if I'm like on a trip. That's how I've kept it up because I've just been taking the Switch with me places. So, Sea of Thieves, I jumped into for a little bit just to kind of get a few
Look
achievements
at
there
you.
and check it out because it's been a while since I played it. It's fun. I suck at it. I need
Is the
to like
combat
get
still
with.
blow? Like
Yeah,
guns don't feel
yeah.
powerful. They're hard to aim.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you come up on a group of skeletons, like 6 or 8 skeletons. You shoot them. Each one takes like 3 or 4 shots with a
Yeah.
shotgun, and you die.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, you can kill them, but then they just keep coming back and more and more. So,
Mm.
combat's not great. I'm not good at. I mean, I've only played it a little bit since it's been a while since I played it, but I will get in and I'll pilot the ship and I'll hit something, and then I have water coming in and I gotta patch that. I don't know how to get the water out of the ship. I thought there was like a
A
bucket
bucket.
that you
Bucket.
would bail,
Yeah, you
bail it
take the
out, but I
bucket.
could not
Yeah.
find a bucket. There's no bucket.
No,
Anyway,
it's in your
I
inventory, in your
all right,
wheel.
all right.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll
You
do
might have to
that.
go to the
I'll do that
second
next
page of the
time.
wheel, but
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do that next time.
you
So
just got to be better. That's all.
I gotta get good.
Get
Yes.
good. Yes.
Yeah. I played a little Explosion Man, which had been a while since I played that. That's always a fun game.
Oh,
And I
that's so
played
frustrating, that game.
yeah, I never beat it. I got like halfway through. It's tough. And then
Those are the
I played
kind
a
of games
little.
that you need to play religiously to keep your skills going on it for those higher
Yes,
levels.
it's
And
all timing.
it's
It's all
all timing,
timing.
just like that fucking Cuphead game. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I don't ever want to go back to that game, but I want to go back to that game.
I feel
My
the
son wants to
exact
play that,
same
and I'm
way.
like, it's tough. I wouldn't play it if I were you. I don't want to
Mm.
play it because I know if I start it, I'll never be able to beat it. It'll just sit there looking me in the face like, you need to beat me, and I will never, ever be Cuphead. I can tell. I've never played it. I look at it and go, there's no way. That's impossible.
No, you got to try it once. It's
I don't
fun.
want to try it. I'll get one achievement, and then I'll have that on my account, and I'll be like, I'm never gonna play that again. Just gonna sit there unplayed. So I played a little Forza Horizon 5, and just to do that because it's been a little bit. I haven't finished that up yet, but I'm working on that. And yeah, that's it. So,
Nice.
how about you, Derek?
Well, been playing a shitload of Balatro, obviously.
Oh, sorry.
Uh,
One last thing.
uh,
I tried to play Call of Duty. Tried to stream it, cloud streaming. It worked fine. I played through the first level of the campaign. Not even the first level. I started the campaign. I played the first like scene where you just go up and grab a guy, and then I realized I do not like Call of Duty. I remembered and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I don't like this. I don't like just shooting people. I don't like realistic shooting people. It's not my thing. So I'm a Halo guy and I'm like it just doesn't feel right to me. But anyway, that's just me. So I stopped. Go ahead.
Fair enough. Yeah, so like I said, played a shitload of Balatro. And then I've been playing Call of Duty, jumped in the multiplayer, playing through season 1 with Mr. GBMS. And then Saturday morning I got up and I was like, it's time for an impulse buy. So I like I do. So I picked up
the entire PlayStation catalog.
I picked up the ROG Asus Republic of Gamers Ally. So this is it's the extreme version. So on
like
there,
a Steam Deck?
It's like a Steam Deck, but not shitty. So I can go in there. I can play Steam games. I can play Xbox Cloud streaming. I can actually play.
Really?
In the Xbox app, like I downloaded Call of Duty to it because you can play the PC version of Call of Duty with the sticks on there. So it's a nice little toy.
Did you buy a dust cover or like a case you could hold it in? Like so, in a couple months when it's got an inch of dust on it?
I did buy a case. It's way over there, but yeah, I have a case to put it in. But
looks kind of like a Switch.
It does, right?
It is not like a Switch. It's like
it looks like it.
It runs Windows like it's. See, like it's
looks like a Switch.
It's actually a tinier version of the Switch.
It's actually a big, how many inches? 7-inch screen.
It looks huge.
And it's 120 hertz, so it's decent.
Can you dock that to like a screen and play it?
You can plug into USB
HDMI
display port. Essentially.
Nice.
So you could pop it on a screen, but like
nice.
Yeah, let's see here. See. Starts up like that, and then I gotta make sure I can get my lights in. So you can pick Xbox or cloud streaming or
that's cool.
Steam or EA or any of that. So yeah, it was a little impulse buy.
Nice.
But so that lets me play Balatro on the couch. Lets me play Call of Duty when I'm watching.
I don't think you need. Wait. Play Balatro on the couch. I think you can do that now already. Well, you can do that pretty much anywhere.
I play Balatro on Steam, so yeah. So I need to be in front of this computer to normally play.
Okay.
But now I can play Steam anywhere, and it's a nice little fun toy. And I tried some cloud streaming of some stuff, and that seems to work really well from it. And like I said, any of the Xbox. If you have Game Pass Ultimate, any of the Xbox PC titles, you can pull right down to it and store locally on that storage and play from there.
What Wi-Fi does it run? Is it 5G or is it?
It supports all the way up to 6E. So
all right, nice.
Yeah. So like that's what I have in the office down here, and I get the full 1400 megabits a second
nice.
when I'm near this router. So
that's actually pretty dope.
Yep. So
looks good.
But yeah, so on that, I played the same 2 games I played everywhere else for the most part, with the exception of just fucking around with cloud gaming. But yeah, pretty much all the same stuff. So
Let's
all right,
see. How much does that run? Okay, that's like a laptop.
It was $800. Like
yeah.
That's kind of rough for me at least. That's like a PS5 Pro.
It's like it's a Saturday morning.
Playing card games on your couch.
8-bit card game.
I was like, oh yeah, like this thing, like it's a Best Buy exclusive. Because I was looking at Steam Decks, and then I was like, all these things seem underpowered. And then that's when I did a little more research on Saturday morning, and it was like, oh yeah, this thing's like 1,000,000 times better. It's by Asus. They fucking the baller of the like. I have an Asus motherboard in my PC, and they make good shit. So
I do too.
Yeah. Christmas is coming up. Derek, do you need my address?
Impulse buys.
Christmas is every day if you let
Yeah,
it be.
give your
Yes.
co-host a nice little Christmas present there, Derek. That'd be nice.
Yes.
When you're an adult with adult children, Christmas is every day for you. You don't have to worry
You
about
buy whatever you want. Yes, that's the beauty of the system. So,
All right.
all right. On that, why don't we hop on over into the new releases? First new release out this week, technically last week, is Tetris Forever, out for the Xbox, the PlayStation, the Switch, and the PC. This is by the same guys that did the Atari thing, as well as the Karateka game. So kind of like a history lesson, and all this stuff tucked into one. What's their name? Digital something. We all love
Eclipse.
Atari 50.
The Digital Underground. No, that's
Eclipse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Digital Eclipse. Yes. So I haven't picked this up yet, but this is definitely on my list. I haven't even finished Atari 50 yet with all the DLC for that, and I still have to go through the Karateka one. So yeah, but this is definitely going to be on my list. So
should pick this up on your Aces ROG Ally.
I probably should. Yes.
I don't know that I can play that many versions of Tetris and care that much about it to buy it, but
yeah, I'm not going to go out of my way to buy it. Like if it comes on like something else that I can play it through, like Game Pass or something like that, or the Switch, what the Switch membership, whatever the hell that thing was called.
I don't know. I still pay for that. Yeah. I pay for the family plan every year.
Electronica 60. Oh, that's the original. The original one came out for Electronica 60, which is Russian computer. I guess that's where it originally came out.
See?
That's the one where they're all like the parentheses or the brackets, I think. Like if you watch the movie Tetris.
That documentary, mockumentary, or whatever the hell they want to call it. Yeah. It was actually a good show about the.
I still haven't watched that. Now you guys remind me. That's something I wanted to watch and I haven't gone to. So yeah,
it's fun. It's not all true, but
no,
it's fun.
It's the spy thriller that they had to throw in to keep it exciting. So
nice.
But I'm gonna pass on Tetris Forever, I think, for now.
Right, so fair enough. You do you. Yeah. Next new release out this week is Lego Horizon Adventures, and this is out for the PlayStation, the Switch, and the PC. So this is in the Horizon series of games, hence no Xbox, but it's a Lego game. I have zero interest
in Xbox. What do you mean now Xbox?
Normally for a multi-platform Lego game, you'd say Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and PC.
Oh, no Xbox.
Yeah, but this is just for PlayStation, Switch, and PC. Yes,
right. Because it's like if they did a Halo.
Yes,
we did like a Halo Adventures Lego. It wouldn't
exactly.
Be on PlayStation.
Yes, yeah.
Now, are they? Is this based on the Lego Worlds platform, or are they going back to the original Lego side scroller type games? Or
it's an action adventure game, and it's not a side kind of
that 3/4 down view or whatever.
Isometric 3D. Yes, yeah. So, yeah, not really a lot of interest for me, but
no, it's we loved the Lego games when my kids were younger, but like once they got all big and shit, it's like they don't really want to play those type of games anymore. So it kind of fell off the radar of the Lego games. But
I mean, I like the Lego games, and I'm older, but there's probably a middle ground where you're like too old, but then not old enough.
Yeah.
That you just
don't get me wrong. I love the Lego games. Like I loved Lego Worlds for the longest time. I was playing that without anybody else playing it with me. But
nice.
But I mean, the Lego games are just classic, great fun. So,
I think I played through every one of those Lego games until it got to like the Avengers time frame, and then I was like, I love the Avengers and I love Lego games, but I like other games more. And
they didn't have the voices.
Point,
it got to be too many.
Yes,
it got to be too many.
They
keep
just
up with.
Oversaturated the market, and then they kept re-releasing like Star Wars, and then it's like, oh, Lego Star Wars, the complete saga, and you're like,
now there's the Skywalker saga, and it's all different stuff.
Yes,
that's a lot. That's a lot. My issue, I didn't like when they changed it over to them actually talking. I liked when they
Yes, I
didn't
agree.
talk.
Yep.
I thought it was funnier when they just kind of made sounds and like,
Yep.
because then it was just original, and now it's like they use lines from movies and stuff, and like
Yep.
it's kind of like, and I know that I was wrong about this now, but back when games started to have speaking in them, I didn't like that. I liked reading the text on the screens like the RPGs when it had actual voice acting. I didn't like it at first. Now, of
Interesting.
course, I do, but this I think is a little different because I think that it was more fun when
Yes,
they didn't have the actual
yes.
lines.
I
So,
absolutely agree. Couldn't agree more. So,
yeah.
but yeah,
Anyway, I don't know. I
not for
probably
me.
won't pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and the last new release out this week is a huge new release, and it's Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 out for the Xbox and the PC. Obviously, this title had been shelved for a long time, and then we got it during the pandemic, and then they were like, "Oh, hold my beer, we're gonna fucking one up that like nobody's business." Like a 100x polygon count and all this kind of crazy shit. Apparently, this game looks amazing, and it does the same thing that the previous one did, where it pulls all this stuff in real time off of the internets. And I saw some report that said like if you're flying over like a busy, crowded area, it can pull down up to 180 megabits a second
Oh,
as you're
Jesus.
flying over certain things. So,
Wow.
Yeah, it was. Flight Simulator 2023 was. I mean, it was exciting, especially like flying around Long Island and New York City. Like all of a sudden, other players are in there, and the call signs are getting called and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm looking forward to playing 2024. I'm definitely going to get into it. Like I thought it was amazing last year.
Yeah, it wasn't
and I'm
last year.
like,
That was 4 years ago. So,
Yeah, I was like 2023 was.
I was playing the
No.
Top Gun. I played the Top Gun expansion. And
oh,
there's
so
another
the
expansion I
expansions.
played
Yes,
after.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Gotcha.
So it was, it was exciting. It was great. It was fun, and yeah, I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to playing this. I can't imagine how much better it could get because I mean it was amazing as it was. But I'm also looking at it going back to the day of the original Flight Simulator where it was a Vectrex,
Yeah, like raster
green
graphics.
lines, and
Yes,
that's it.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
I'm definitely gonna check it out. It's free for me on Game Pass, and I'm gonna just cloud stream it, see how that works out. Because it's so huge. It's like 250 gigs or something like that download. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like Call of Duty. It's more than that even, I think.
So actually,
So I don't have
that
the
may
space
be a
for
game
that.
that benefits from cloud streaming because when you need that 180 megabits a second, that's all
That's true.
happening in the back end servers, and you're just getting the video from it.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
that may work out better.
I think that with
What's the
my
whole install
giant,
size of it?
it's like
Does it
200
say anywhere?
something. It's
Shadow
huge.
just said it was like 200 something.
Yeah, it's 200 something, I think. Maybe 250, but I think my kids would really like seeing that. If we could put it on like baby mode where you don't have to worry about almost anything.
You can definitely,
then
you can definitely change the settings so it's basically move the stick and fly around. You don't have to worry about landing gear or crosswinds.
Is that a setting in there?
Oh
yeah.
Oh, because every time I tried to fly by my house in 2020, I just end up crashing into the woods by my house. Yeah, like so. This is what I need is just like the arcade mode.
Well, did you? I don't know. You probably forgot about it, but they did have the Halo Pelican in the last.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And you could hover that thing straight down to wherever you wanted. Like I parked it in the middle of Red Sox Stadium. So
nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out because hey, it's free and it's there and stream it. So for sure.
Excellent. All right. I think
Maybe I'll buy a flight stick. No.
and some the foot pedals and
yeah. I mean, if the game's free,
the full yoke and a little side gear shift thing.
I'm just gonna say it's not worth it.
No.
Like my son got a racing setup and like he used it for a month and it's like right there next to Derek's switches, just sitting there collecting more and more dust.
It happens.
Yeah.
Not everything is like they don't all hit out of the park.
I get it though. You get into something, you have a hobby, and then you're like, nah, I'm gonna do this instead. New shiny thing.
Yeah.
And then that kind of sits there. So
it's like those guys that when the OG Xbox 180 was out and they would buy like 9 Xbox 180s. That's the OG Xbox, and you could do
Play
System
Halo.
Link with all of them and put them all like a TV in front,
On
2 on the
screens.
side. And you could look sideways to see your side mirrors, and yeah, you could do that in Forza. Yeah, it supported 9. You needed 9 Xboxes with 9 copies of Forza, but you could play all system linked with.
So you
all
couldn't
of them.
do it. Okay, got it.
You could. You just the investment was a little steep. But if you were like a racing guy, oh,
you could have a LAN with all the Xbox 180s you probably have in your house.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true.
they're
Speaking of
probably
LAN,
Too old to play Chicago LAN announcement? No, not yet.
Joel?
No,
Joel?
no,
Where's
no,
Joel?
no.
No? Oh.
But we will get there at some point. Hopefully. All right.
Yeah.
I guess that wraps up the new releases. So why don't we hop on over into gaming news? And if you're in chat right now, you want to talk about something, drop it in there. I know it's working because I can type test and it shows up on the show. So that's definitely working. So drop something there. Otherwise, we're just going to talk about the stories that we've pinged out here. So first story. This year's Game Awards will accept DLC, new game seasons, expansions, and presumably Kojima's MS Paint doodles. That part's pretty funny, because no one loves Hideo Kojima more than Jeff Keighley. Like, he trots him out every year, kisses his ass, cups the balls, does whatever he needs to do. But it is interesting that, like, in Shadow, when you were reading the stuff earlier, you had mentioned in the list of things that were up for Game Awards that there were some DLCs or some expansions. So,
yeah,
Elden Rings, I think you said. It was
the Elden Ring one. So, it's, I guess, especially in a year where we had trouble coming up with a list of great games, that they would expand it out to DLC and new seasons and all this kind of stuff. Like, look at Fortnite. They reinvent themselves all the time. They get, like, when a new season starts, they get 11, 12 million concurrent players. Like, that's unheard of for games. So, might as well reward them.
Yeah.
I disagree. Cool. DLC shouldn't be awarded.
No one should make
it.
I heard You Suck Big Time loves fucking DLC and expansions.
We should get him on here.
We would have to separate Seldon and You Suck Big Time's boxes
on the
to
end.
opposite ends, so that no direct fisticuffs.
No, if they have their own, if there's DLC and season passes all in their own category, that's kind of cool. I think that's a good idea. But to go have those go up against actual games for Game of the Year and stuff like that, I don't know. Like I have to see the format to see how it's being.
Yeah, I don't think any of us know exactly how this is working.
Sometimes DLC can be an expansion that is a separate game on its own, which is that considered DLC? I don't know, like the Cyberpunk thing where it was like it's its own game.
Son of Liberty or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, and I mean, there's been a few other ones kind of like
Destiny
that.
2.
Ooh, sick burn.
That was well done, Seldon. That's why you're still on the show. See,
or
you
like
Big Time couldn't have pulled that off.
Like, what's Overwatch 2? Didn't it just replace Overwatch 1? There's no more Overwatch 1 anymore.
But it's a new game,
but it's not.
It up, so
yeah,
that's
I still don't understand what happened.
Another marketing trick. Yep.
Like you turn on your system one day and all of a sudden your game's gone and it's a different game. That's bullshit.
It's marketing.
That's a separate thing, but
yeah. Nope.
Anyway,
so
I digress.
Right. Next story.
All right. I'll go ahead with this one. Let's go with this one. Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo console market isn't growing, according to Phil Spencer. The numbers are sometimes hidden or sometimes told. I mean, Microsoft is still hiding their numbers. PlayStation likes to tout their numbers. I think it's a 3-to-1 ratio right now of PlayStations to Xboxes, maybe. But I mean, Xbox definitely made a bigger market share kick this console session than last one. But yeah, it's hard to take Phil Spencer's statement of this without taking it as a grain of salt, because even though he's non-biased, he's still kind of biased towards the Xbox, I think. And he's buying into the whole Microsoft, you don't need a console to play our games, which is kind of what Microsoft has been pushing. So he's kind of reinforcing the Microsoft statement. But I think he's also right, because I mean, there's still a lot of PlayStation 4 guys out there that are still playing PlayStation 4s. They never upgraded to the PlayStation 5. That's and true. They don't see a need to still, because the games really aren't there. So, but what do you guys think?
Yeah, I kind of agree with what you're saying. I do think for a long time the market could grow, because not everybody was a gamer and not everybody had a console. And at this point, how many new gamers are you winning over to grow the market? Like, I don't know anyone that doesn't have a game console. My parents have one. Tiff's parents have one. Granted, they were hand-me-down ones, but they're like, who's the new people that you're pitching to? Like, when kids are born, they're born into houses that already have game consoles. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we kind of, and we also, you kind of flatline from, not flatline, I guess that's the wrong word, but you kind of stay steady from the COVID bump. So I'm like, everybody was buying consoles during the COVID bump.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing they could do outside. So they were buying the console. Like, are they coming back to buy upgraded versions of the consoles or new consoles after that point? No, because they weren't gamers originally anyways. It was just something that they needed to do at that point. So,
well, you have to factor in the fact that a lot of kids game on their phones and tablets and things, and those aren't consoles, but they do play games from consoles sometimes. And like with the Xbox Game Pass thing, a lot of them can play them on their phones and on their tablets. They don't need consoles. So they come up with that. They come up into that. We didn't have that when we were kids, but they do. So for them, it's not a console, but it's sort of the same type of thing. And like you mentioned, Selden, their parents probably already have consoles that they can play. So you're not buying an extra console for them. They just play whatever's under the TV, if they're going to play consoles. So yeah, I mean, at this point, yeah, the numbers aren't like, they're not getting more. It's not growing. It's they kind of put them out. They sell a bunch of them. By the end of the cycle, they've sold about the same amount as they did the last console, and then they get the next one out. Well, so that means that the same people that bought all the consoles are either buying the new consoles eventually, but not more, just about the same, or some are growing out of it. They're getting too old for it or whatever, and some younger kids are coming in and buying consoles. But in the end, the number seems to be about the same. Yeah. Right now,
or those kids that are dropping out, I'm buying those extra consoles, like to make up for the ones that are dropping.
You
out.
are, yes,
single-handedly.
You also got to remember, like, honestly, the number 1 and 2 games for the youth population still is probably Fortnite and Roblox. I'm like, those games haven't changed in the last 10 years.
And you
like,
don't need a console to play,
and you can play them anywhere. So
anywhere, or Minecraft.
Why the hell would you need a PlayStation 5 Pro when you can still play it on a PlayStation 4 or 3 probably?
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I agree. I know that, like you mentioned, yes, Phil is biased, but I also think he's right, because he can be both. He can be like, yes, I'm for Xbox, but also this is the reality. And because of that reality, this is what we're doing with our game plan. So I think it's a smart thing to do. I think Sony is sort of realizing that, we need to put stuff on PC. So they're starting to put most of their stuff's going to PC like a year later. It's not launching there, but eventually it's coming out there, because they need to keep selling more of it. Because once someone buys a console, unless they're buying a Pro eventually, if that ever comes out, they have the console. That's probably what they're going to have for the next 10 years. They're not going to buy another one. Most people, except for us, but most people aren't. So yeah, it's already sold. They already have it. It's in their house. So now they're going to worry about the software, and that's what the Xbox is doing. Or Microsoft is doing. They're like, we need to get the software to the people. We need to get a monthly charge coming through with Game Pass so we can actually keep getting money from it. So yeah, I think it's true and smart.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people out there probably they're blaming the prices of the consoles going up, but I'm like, and realistically, as gamers since the Atari, they consoles have not adjusted for inflation anywhere close to what if these consoles that we bought as Ataris back in 1983 adjusted for inflation, they'd be as much as a freaking car at this point.
Yes. Yeah.
so
yeah, but
think,
you gotta factor in that technology gets cheaper and cheaper, so it kind of evens out in the middle there. But I know what you're saying. It's like microchips get cheaper, but inflation happens, so then it kind of levels out. But I mean, yeah, if you talk about like what Nintendo's have cost the last bunch of generations, it's always about 200 to 250.
Yeah,
always for like
but
the past
that
20
200
years.
or 250 is worth something different, which is what Selden's saying.
Yeah, it's inflation's happening, but also the cost of the chips are going down.
Yeah,
well,
so
at this point,
this list I brought up is as of 2020, but in 2020, the Atari 2600 when it came out was $200, and in 2020 dollars, that's $842.
Right.
So,
it was also much more niche.
Okay, yeah. In television came out at 300. That was 916 in 2020 dollars.
You know, we know it's gone up 3DO, since 2020. So
talk about the 3DO. Talk about the Neo Geo.
3DO came out at $699.
Yeah,
and that's $1,246 in those. Neo Geo was $649. That's $1,238. Like,
yep,
those are insane amounts. So
I don't think the cost is what's keeping the
consoles are a steal. That's why we buy more than one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, consoles prices of the actual parts go down because they get more efficient and they buy more in bulk because more people are buying them. But the cost of inflation and stuff, that's going up, so that it balances out. I mean, the games, they should probably be more than they are. So I'm not complaining so much. I'm not complaining so much about the whole every game's 70 now instead of 60. But again, if they're doing it in mass amounts compared to what they were selling back in like 95, they're selling way more games now than they were back then. So you're kind of making up for it there. I don't know.
I do feel like if games actually caught up with inflation and you were paying what you're meant to pay, like let's say games were $120 each, maybe like, and I know as gamers that's shit news for us, but maybe the industry wouldn't be so toxic for people that work for game developers, that they bring them on as contractors, then lay them off at the end of a release, and then like the whole industry is broken because they try to nickel and dime that price down, but maybe the price shouldn't be down. Just saying.
Yeah.
Not maybe the popular opinion, but
yeah, possibly. I mean, look at the Super Nintendo games in 1995 that cost like $80, and that's now that'd be a double that probably.
At least,
like Chrono Trigger probably would cost like $150 right now as opposed to $80. I mean, back then $80 was a lot to me because I was a kid. But even if I wasn't a kid, with inflation, I still probably would have thought it was a lot as an adult. So
yeah,
you know.
And just looking at playing through the Atari 50, it's like you look at some of the games that were in the Atari 50 and you're like, damn, we paid $50-$60 for those games. I'm like, if you showed me, let's just say like a Halo 2 back in 1983 when I was playing Atari games, I'd be like, that's got to be like $1 million that game.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
all right.
Next
but I agree
story.
with Phil.
Valve celebrates Half-Life 2's 20th anniversary with a big update. I love Half-Life 2. I got the orange box for 360 when that came out. That came out like right when I got my 360. Orange box came out. So I bought orange box and I bought Halo 3 like right away. But this is 20th anniversary, which was 2004. Orange box came out in 2007, I think. But this includes So they've recoded it to include episode 1 and 2 inside of the game, so you can play it straight through without being like a separate DLC thing. It's just all one game. It includes a two-hour documentary, commentary, and there was one more thing. There's just a bunch of like old stuff in there too. There's old demos that they're putting out, and they've improved a lot of the bugs that happened. They've fixed all the stuff they knew of that were bugs, which is nice. They've improved things, the resolution, and they've less fog and all that. So if you love Half-Life 2, this is the time to play it. This is kind of the ultimate version probably that there will ever be. So
yeah,
if you like it, give it a shot. And if you haven't played it before, I still recommend it. It's still good. I mean, it's basic compared to stuff out now, but it's still a cool vibe, and
yes.
I think it still looks pretty decent. So
no, absolutely. Yeah, I played the shit out of this on Steam, and I saw that this special deal was ending today, and I was like, do I have it? So I checked on Steam, and all my shit's been updated to have all this extra stuff that
awesome.
that they just dropped. So yeah. So
nice.
if you already had it on Steam, you're good to go. If you don't or didn't, and you're listening to this remotely some point today before midnight, all these things, like you can get them for like 99 cents. Like it's cheap on there. So
I bet I don't have it because I have the orange box on 360. So let me check. Maybe I'll get it.
Yeah, that deal ends at midnight. So
all right, check.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's it. Next story. Microsoft's Xbox transition moves into high gear. Now, we kind of briefly touched on this when we were talking about the console market, but this is Microsoft's new approach to how they're handling this transition to, selling Game Pass, selling games, not so much like offering consoles for fun. But their ad banner, and they have 10 of them now, which are variations on the same thing, but they have like, this is an Xbox and it's a Series X. This is an Xbox for your lap and it's a laptop. This is an Xbox that tags along and it's a Steam Deck. This is a cat box and there's a cat in a litter box. This is an Xbox that goes on the wall. It's your TV. This is an Xbox that makes calls. It's your phone. This is a bento box, an actual bento box. This is an Xbox on the inside, and it's a TV remote and a streaming stick. This is an Xbox that you wear. It's a VR headset. And then this is still an Xbox with the Series S. So I think it's a brilliant campaign. I think that it's kind of a sea change in the console market. And they seem to be jumping right on this and throwing a lot of marketing dollars behind it. And I'll tell you, if it sells subscriptions to Game Pass Ultimate, that's a much bigger profit margin for Microsoft than what they make on consoles. Because we all know that even with the cost reductions as the generation moves on and everything else, they're still minimal margins on consoles. They exist to sell the games, and Microsoft has figured out a way to sell the games without having to either take a loss or make minimal margins on the console. Usually when consoles launch, they launch at a loss because of the games, and then they work to profitability, and Microsoft has taken that whole step out of the picture. Sure, some people want consoles, so that's what they want. But like we've been with family coming at Christmas time and everything else, we've been like, I bought like 5 TVs in the last 2 months, for all the bedrooms for everyone that's come stay with us. But Samsung TVs, you can just pair a controller with it via Bluetooth and play Xbox right on the TV, and so
it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I mean, some companies, entertainment companies, have made pivotal turns at the right point. Netflix is one of them. Netflix turned, to the outdoor vendor boxes, and then they said, okay, then we're going to do mail order, so it's going to make it easier for it. Then they said, you know what, screw the hard media, we're just going to start streaming everything.
Yep.
Like Sega in the gaming industry, if you look back at it, they had the consoles that were going up in war. They knew that they kind of saw the future, that they weren't going to be able to keep the console sales up for themselves. So they pivoted it into a software only title. Now, Microsoft is kind of doing the same situation, but they're not bailing out completely on the platform of itself. They are pivoting to a structure that's going to work for them going into the future. And I think I think we're seeing that, like with what's going on with these sales, like they're definitely pivoted to the Game Pass and the streaming platforms, and because that's where it's going. Like as you said, now you can get these. The accessibility is the biggest key thing of this. Like, Blockbuster wasn't coming to your home to give you DVDs or VHS tapes. Xbox is making that more accessible, and like they're being successful at it right now too. So,
yeah.
Well, I must disagree with you because I had Blockbuster Online and they gave me DVDs.
Oh, that's true. Yes, they did they shipped DVDs too.
Just a little bit of it.
They didn't buy into the whole concept. They didn't shift. They didn't do a paradigm shift to their company's platform.
No, they still had stores.
They still had stores.
They tried to do the whole streaming thing, that didn't work. But what I did like about Blockbuster Online was I got it in the mail and I could watch it, and I return the envelope to the store and pick a new one, and then they shipped that one back. That was why I went that way originally, but then once I decided to go streaming, I ditched it and I went with Netflix. So yeah, for sure.
Excellent. All right, next story.
All right, well, let's talk about the Internet Archives. It looks like 2 early Unreal games are now permanently free via the Internet Archive. Looks like Unreal and Unreal Tournament have now been added to the Internet Archive, and the Internet Archive is up supposedly right now. I guess it was DDoSed a little while ago.
Yeah.
But it's back up and running, and now you can grab 2 of the original games, Unreal and Unreal Tournament, that really blew up in the late 90s, right? Early 2000s.
Yeah,
mid to late 90s.
Yeah, so
I remember
with the blessing of Epic. So
yeah. I remember I think it was a Next Gen magazine that came out, and the cover had Unreal, and I just said Unreal, and I remember seeing that. It was like that blocky, like really, but like sharp edged polygon. Like that looks so cool back then, but but I never played it. I never played the original one. Did you guys play it?
Oh, I played the shit out of Unreal. I played the shit out of UT. That's Unreal Tournament for those of you not.
Yeah, I played UT 3, I think, but never played the original. I just always saw it, but I never had anything that could run it because it was PC and I didn't play PC stuff really. So I always just saw it. I'm like, that looks so cool. it was like that, and it was Quake and a couple others that came out, like Hexen, Heretic, stuff like that.
Yep.
Sorry, I think I interrupted you, Seldon. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's great that they keep adding things because these have been delisted and decommissioned or whatever they want to call it. The servers have been pulled, so now that they're adding these back to the Internet Archive, so they're going to be available for people to play. Once again, it's awesome. Like, I almost like wish that maybe Tetris is on there. Maybe I could go buy Tetris and not have to buy a new game.
Yeah, probably I don't think Tetris is going to give up their property because the game really hasn't changed a whole fucking lot. You still have the same song that plays.
Still have the same shapes.
Yeah, same shapes.
There's a lot of games on there, though. There's some games on there that are just like within. You can play it on DOS within the browser. So
nice. Yep.
That they have that. So I might check that out. I might download that. Yep. Yeah. I'm sure my system could run it even though it's 10 years old. It's
probably
Unreal,
yes, yeah, because it's still 20 years newer than the system it was on.
Exactly. That's true.
All right. Next story.
Let's see what we got. Splinter Cell movie is no longer moving forward. Do you guys know about this?
About the movie coming, or that it's I knew the movie was coming, and I couldn't figure out why it was any better than like Mission Impossible or.
I mean, I'm looking at the guy. I'm looking at the guy. He looks like Bradley Cooper in the picture. I haven't played any of Splinter Cell games. Have you guys played any of them?
I played them like 15, 20 years ago.
Too stealthy.
Yeah, it was too stealth for me. That was the thing.
Said for during a recent promotional event for John Wick, producer Basil Iwanek said production company New Regency couldn't get it right, script wise, budget wise, blah blah blah. A million different versions of it, but it was going to be hardcore and awesome. That's one of the ones that got away, which is really sad. I don't really see that this. I mean, yes, movies have been made of video games in the past, and very, very rarely do they work. So I don't know. I don't think this is a big loss. It's usually just crap anyway.
Yeah, I think maybe they saw a little bit of Tiny Tina and said, maybe we shouldn't make this movie if it's not going to be good.
Yeah,
it's no Fallout. Let's go ahead and scrap it now.
If you can't get Uwe Boll to do the movie, then it's not worth it. So yeah, the king of video game movies.
Oh right, Borderlands was bad, very bad. It wasn't. Well, yeah, it was bad. I was gonna say it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but I think it was. I think
if it wasn't like the next big blockbuster after the Fallout series, I think it may have fared a little bit better. But expectations were put so high.
Were they?
And the Borderlands failed so far below the sticks.
I think it got filmed during like COVID. Like it got filmed a long time ago, and it was done in the can, and they didn't put it out till the summer, but they just kept delaying it like 2 or 3 years, and they finally put it out. So I don't know. I mean, the next video game adaptation that's going to come out, you know what it's going to be, right?
Is it another Super Mario
Call
Brothers?
of Duty?
No, Minecraft.
Oh
Minecraft's
yeah,
coming out in
like
April. Yeah.
Oh, that's
so
right.
That's gonna suck, and that's another one that probably got made a while ago. They're finally just putting it out. Like, why? Even my son, who loves Minecraft, he's 10. He's the perfect age group. He's like, that looks really bad. It's like it shouldn't have been live action. It should just have been CG the whole thing. And it's like, yeah, but they want to have like actual stars in it and stuff. So I don't.
Not just Chris Pratt doing all the voices.
Yeah.
So, Jack Black was an interesting choice, but he might be okay.
Yeah, we'll see. I've turned on Jack Black. Most of his stuff recently I don't like, so we'll see. Anyway.
All right. Last story. Black Ops 6 Season 1 Battle Pass includes a moat referencing viral ray gun. So, for those of you that don't know ray gun, you didn't watch the Olympics.
The retired ray gun?
Yes, or anything else in social media over the
last. So, this is like on the 5th page of the Battle Pass, and you can unlock this emote where you're down on the ground, you're doing the kicking thing, you're doing
half moons or whatever.
It's glorious, and I saw somewhere today there was a video that was a split screen side by side with ray gun at the Olympics and the emote being done at the same. It is flawless. So I cannot wait till I get to this point in the Battle Pass and unlock that emote. But it goes to show that, these devs still have fun. They know what's trending. We saw this early on in Fortnite with the floss and all these other dances that they were adding and shit. So I cannot wait to have this emote.
But in college,
you remember, the Fortnite though that. Like Urkel, or not Urkel.
You're thinking of the Carlton.
Carlton actually came back and sued him for.
Yes.
Like, do you think Raygun? She should have trademarked her dance and her moves. She should have put a copyright on him because, even what last weekend the NFL guy scored a touchdown and he did the Raygun dance in the end zone.
Yep,
I'm like, she's bigger than the Olympics ever meant to make her.
No. Yeah, and she's retired now. So
retired.
I hope she's getting royalties from it, though.
Who knows? I'm sure that there's a lawsuit somewhere that will make sure that happens. But I'm excited for it. So. All right. Well, that wraps up our news. If any of you have stuff you want us to talk about next week, give us a call 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Or comment on this episode's thread in the Tool to Play homepage. And sponsors. If we had them, we'd pimp them, but we don't, so we won't. So we're just going to move on. Same number, 773-527-2961. Same email, podcast@tooledtoplay.com. Twitter us up. You can find everything Tool to Play related at twitter.com/tool-to-play. Everything podcast related at twitter.com/still_got_game. Facebook the fuck out of us, facebook.com/tool-to-play. We also have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/tool-to-play. That is where you can find all of our archive video content. No matter which Tool to Play shows you've loved over the years, they are all there in an on-demand library that can't be beat. Netflix keeps trying to buy our library, and we're like, fuck you. This shit's for free. And we send it out there into the world, whether it's Hits Quick Hits, Tips and Mature Interviews. Selden had a show back in the day, Thick and Thin with LB and Duty. All of this shit is out there. So go to youtube.com/tool-to-play. Please rate and view the podcast on iTunes, on whatever Android bullshit's out there, on Spotify, on any of these things that you can rate something. Give it whatever if it's a scale of 5, a 5. If it's a scale of 10, a 10. If it's some weird ass site and it's like a 6.9, give us a 6.9. Doesn't matter. Whatever the highest thing is, give it to us. And if you get an extra 5-6 seconds, write a nice little review. Talk about Selden. Talk about how you don't want his not friend named You Suck Big Time. Sorry, I had to scroll the outline to get the name. You don't want You Suck Big Time to come in here. You want Selden. You want to let people know that Selden provides you quality content. Shadow, it's like
quality might be. Yeah, I provide content. Let's go with that.
All right, let's not stretch things. Yes. And you want to say something nice about Shadow? Definitely say something there, because I know he's always self-conscious about his hair being red, and which he doesn't have in real life, and I don't understand why we can't fix this. But yes, so write something nice. We have a Twitch channel. That's Twitch. Oh, now he's completely broken the internet. We have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/still_got_game. That's one of the many places we broadcast the show live each week. We also have a Discord channel. That's discord.me/stillgotgame. That's discord.me/stillgotgame. We all sit in there all day long and chat, and Shadow is doing some crazy stuff on the video here for those of you that are not on the video version, but he's found a hack to fix his hair color, and it only lasts for about 8 seconds, and then it goes back. And
he has to
redo it. But yes, but like I said, discord.me/stillgotgame. Drop in there, talk to us all day long. Some people, like when Shadow's trying to get an answer from me, and he's like, anyone, Bueller, anyone, and I notice it like 2 days later. But he is in there. Like, if you have a question and you're like, Shadow, tell me what you think of the Magna Carta, and he can drop fucking paragraphs on the Magna Carta. He can talk the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand. He's got so much material on that. He even wrote a one-man Broadway show. So definitely go there.
I'm interested in the events that led up to World War I.
Mm-hmm. See, exactly. So yeah, definitely drop in our Discord, and Shadow will wax poetic with you. I guess on that, Selden, you got anything you want to pimp this week?
You can follow me on any of my socials. You can find all the links to all my socials at linktree/Selden007. That's all I got for today. I don't want to take up too much time, because I don't want somebody else coming and taking my spot. Like, shitbox, I don't care.
Shitbox, I don't care. Ouch.
This is way worse than anything I've ever called anyone. Well, maybe, but I think so though. Shadow, how about you?
I would say I'll pimp Blue Sky, my new Blue Sky account, because I'm on there now. So check me out at same name as always, Brian S. Emerick, BrianSEmerick. Check me out there, because I don't have that many people on there yet. So yeah, it's a cool new place to hang out that doesn't really have any ads, at least yet. And you can put in all of your likes and dislikes, and it'll kind of match you up with people on there in your feed. So cool. And all my other stuff's at Linktree, same name, Brian S. Hemrick.
All right. Well, my shit's at Linktree/Derek Nolan. Like always, linktr.ee/Derek Nolan. That's got all my links, all of the show's links. I have not signed up for Blue Sky yet, but it's on my list of things to add to my social medias. I do know that if you do sign up for Blue Sky, there is a Chrome extension that also works on Edge, obviously, that you can find all of your previously connected friends and pick and choose who to add. And it's supposed to make it super easy, which is why I didn't sign up on my phone. I was waiting until I was home to go through that to make sure I reconnect with all the people that I want to reconnect with. So
nice.
And I want to remind you all, you can join us each and every other, third, fourth Monday night live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific at youtube.com/tool2play, facebook.com/tool2play, twitch.tv/still_got_game, and kick.com/stillgotgame. And on that, why don't we wrap this Selden has a new arch enemy episode up? I am Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
I am Brian Shadow Emmerich.
If I was Selden, I'd say, fuck you, you suck big time. But I'm not, so I wouldn't say that.